I have to tell you, when I got the phone call that Camilla and Tom are being awarded, I was so excited. I can't imagine two better people.
Both Tom and Camilla, throughout their lives, not just their Gonzaga lives, have demonstrated that they very much live the Ignatian life.
They have great loyalty to Gonzaga, and I'll tell you, there's something about loyalty that's pretty important.
For me, they represent the perfect blend of what we need to help us to recognize both where we've been and where we're going.
When I think of Tom Tilford, I think of Wallace, Idaho. I think of all the accomplishments that he's enjoyed throughout his life, and they are many. I think of Camilla being a solid individual. She's a great lady. I call her the Lady Camilla.
He's a businessman, he's an entrepreneur and a lawyer, but he developed an interest in the Hogan program, but he likes to teach, and so Tom decided that he wanted to become part of the program.
It's just a pleasure to have a person of his caliber willing to roll up his sleeves and do the work that all of us like to do, as teaching and working with students, advising students, and I think he really enjoyed that.
A classic example of how someone really envelops himself in the students and in the mission of the school and in the mission of this program.
Entrepreneurials really change. So how do you make the world a better place? How do you get these students thinking about a better place, a better world? Yes, you need capital to make the world go round, but you need leaders that just make it a better place, and you can actually do both.
Being a community leader as well as a business leader, I think it was a great kind of hybrid of roles that he brought to the program. And I saw in the students that were in the program during his tenure the gift that he gave them, and a lot of that was due to Tom's vision for the program and how to really develop these students' core attributes and skills while they were undergrads.
And I was hired as the president. Camilla was on the board. She understands things, understands relationships. But not only does she understand relationships, she is also compassionate enough to feel what's going on in the relationship.
Camilla is a person who goes to great lengths to make others feel comfortable, of always being there for someone else, always being there for someone else.
So you don't just know her as another person who's very intellectually intelligent. You also know her as a very, very nice person.
Many people maybe don't know that Camilla is the president of an organization called CASA Partners, which benefits foster children who, without CASA, would not have the opportunities to really know what loving relationships are like.
She's very instrumental with CASA Partners, and she's a fundraiser, and then she's an organizer as well.
And you know, the compassion she has for these children and for ensuring that they have even a small bit of normalcy in their lives really speaks to what a wonderful woman she is.
Camilla taught me patience and taught me balance and taught me to listen to voices so that they could truly contribute to the growth of the Ignatian vision.
I take my hat off to her, and she is a grand lady.
I think that one of the great gifts that the Tilford have been for me and for the university is that they allow us to dream about what's possible.
It's an amazing building inside. I mean, it was an old paint warehouse, kind of a burnt out paint warehouse when the renovation began.
I think the other thing that was so meaningful for Tom and Camilla in dedicating the Tilford Center was to have a lasting tribute to Tom's father, Charles, and his mother, Helen.
Both Tom and Camilla, I think, had a real vision of positioning Gonzaga for the future, and that meant technology, and that meant global communications.
What does a virtualization environment look like? What does it look like to take technology and deploy it in a learning environment that allows you to access information in a way that we've never been able to access it before?
I mean, how do you think about Jesuit on the internet? How do you get this idea of ethics and leadership and educating the whole?
Our hope and their hope has been that faculty and students will come together and learn what learning in the age of information technology allows people to do.
That's exactly the kind of thing that Ignatius would do if he were alive today.
Well, I think as you look at the Ignatian Award, it has really two different pieces to it. We're looking back, of course, at people who have been tremendous supporters of the university and have lived their lives in an Ignatian's spiritual way. But we're also looking forward, much like we are with our 125th celebration.
I also want to recognize that the Tilfords were the perfect couple to chair our 125th anniversary.
We want to expand that spirit, and we want to make the world a better place. And I think that's what Jesuit is, and that's what Tom is, and that's what Camilla is.
Everything they do seems to be an outreach to help someone else.
They're a wonderful husband and wife. They're good parents.
And there's nobody better to give the award to than Tom and Camilla.
No one could ask for more than what they have done for Gonzaga.
When you have a family that gets that, right, and lives it, and exemplifies it, and teaches it, and mentors it, that's really what it's about.
And for younger folks like myself, they just provide such a great example of what it means to give back to the university that's given us so much.
They have been part of us for many, many years, and I look forward to their continued involvement and blessing of this institution for many years to come.